Welcome to the Online Success Journey Podcast, your opportunity to discover and learn from entrepreneurs like yourself. This is not your typical podcast, but a place where you can get the real story and find out how real people encounter speed bumps and detours, but journey through to find success. Now here's your host for the Online Success Journey Podcast, Patience.
The Online Success Journey continues with episode 329. Every guest shares the path that took them to success. So you'll want to subscribe right now and ensure you never miss a journey. I post at least one journey each week, and I would love for you to join me. Joining us today is Kerry Cunningham, author, mentor, transformational life coach, and cheering others along their life journey with the same spirited energy of joy. Hello, Kelly.
Hello, Patience. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for coming. My audience are excited to hear your story, but just start by telling us one thing we are going to learn from you today that will help us on our journey to success.
One thing would be I would love all the listeners to feel a more intimate connection with joy, to feel empowered with a journey forward with joy to sort of balance out their lives. So that would be amazing.
I can't wait to hear more about that, but let's get started with the basics. Can you tell my audience a little bit about your background, about what you did before you started your own business?
Well, I've lived in Canada most of my life. I'm Canadian. We, as a family, I have 3 kids and a wonderful husband. We journeyed back in 2011 to the U.S. and we lived there for 5 beautiful years. We had a really blessed life, and we felt really brave and a lot of courage to take a young family so far from home and to see so much success and enjoy such a beautiful life. In 2016, we ventured back to Canada to live, to be closer to family again with that same enthusiasm as we did going to Arkansas in the first place. And a month after that, my husband was suddenly struck down in a non-contact game of house league hockey, trying to reemerge back into the culture of Canadian hockey, feet, and had a traumatic brain injury, quite a severe one. And then we had about 27 months of recovery. And during that time, it was very challenging. We had many other emotional losses in our life. We had a wonderful aunt who was one of my biggest supporters in helping me through that time. She was diagnosed with lung cancer, and she passed away. We had my best friend back in Arkansas who I was there every day with her, helping her and support her through her husband's struggle with cancer. And unfortunately, at 40, he lost his fight, and I couldn't be there for her because I was directly caring for Jeff, and that's where I needed to be, of course. But it was hard, and it was pulling me in a lot of different directions. During that time, my mother-in-law got diagnosed with a rare neurological disease, PSP, and she passed away much, much too soon than we could ever have expected. And my sister-in-law got diagnosed with colon cancer at 40, which is quite rare. So we went through so much during that time, and I truly believe when you lean into faith, you lean into leading with love and optimism, it makes a big difference. Same energy that you might spend on, being fearful of the situation and letting your fears take over your thoughts. So I redirected with faith, and it really helped us get through those times. And now, thank goodness, my husband's much better. He's back to work, living his life, and that pocket of time. We feel like we were able to still enjoy offsetting the sorrows and the troubles and the fears with balancing it out with joy and faith.
What a background, Kerry. That you really had to have faith and all the strength to pull through. That's a lot. Wow.
It was a lot. It wasn't, and I say this throughout my book, it wasn't easy. And the guidance and the encouragement and the cheering on I give throughout my book talks about, simple, not easy steps. And it could be just a moment, call them me moments, my energy moments, refocusing your energy back on what you have control of. There's so many things when we're going through challenging circumstances that we don't have control of. And we've all learned that. We've learned that as a society dealing with COVID and all the challenges that popped up. We're all learning resiliency. We all need to be proud and take time to honor those accomplishments, even if they're small little things, by getting out and being optimistic. That's putting yourself in the right direction. That's pivoting yourself towards something that's going to strengthen your day, not bring you down further and deplete your energy. We only have so much energy each day, and I think it's really important that we use it towards things that are lifting so we can move towards success. And during those 27 months of Jeffrey's recovery, I don't know what it was. Someone said to me, "Oh, you're so optimistic. You should be a life coach, considering everything you're going through." I didn't know what a life coach was, but I knew that I might have to go back to work considering our situation. So I was more than happy to look into it. And it really resonated with me. It gave me a strength. It gave me control when I felt like I had no control of the situation of my husband healing. So I trained as a life coach, and here I am a couple of years later, and I've written a book to help encourage others, because I don't want anyone to miss out on those pockets of time. Life is so short. We need to capture every moment, even when we're going through troublesome times. We need joy as a way to direct us. It's an attitude. It's a choice. You always have that option to draw on moments of joy. And that's what the book is all about, how to channel the energy of joy outward to strengthen your day despite circumstances.
Thank you. What is a common myth about your job or a field of expertise?
People think they don't need a life coach because they can direct their own lives. And that's not what a life coach does. We don't want to redirect your life. We want to help you enhance those decisions. I have a lot of people who come to me and we work together. We partner to find their best path forward towards living their best life ever. And I believe that everyone deserves to be living their best life. And I believe that we all have that potential for greatness. And there's greatness within us. So as a life coach, I'm not a therapist. Therapists and psychologists tend to dig into the past, where life coaching is more about the future. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm going to direct you with questions that you're going to have self-discovery and in determining your next steps and feel more enlightened and more empowered.
Tell my audience about the magic moment the day suddenly all went right for you.
You know what? There wasn't one magical moment. There was many moments, moments of reflection, tiny moments of joy that led me in the right direction. I felt that there was a gentle nudge, intuitive, call it what you will. I believe it was a sign from God whispering to me to give me that strength of joy, to understand how to tap into those small little moments. So in the end, you feel like that time was magical, that you didn't miss out. So I would say, I say this in my book, that you are the magic in the moment. You make each moment more magical by showing up with joy, by leading with love, by being kind and empathetic to other people, and being optimistic and believing in yourself. That's the true magic.
What advice would you give to those people who are just there losing faith and losing hope and being hopeless?
Exactly what you said, is that they're fretting about the future, when really this moment is the only time we truly have. So we need to wake up, and even if our thought and our mindset is on doom and gloom and negativity, and you're feeling despair and discouraged, you need to consciously take the time to reset and refocus on the good. There's always good in the day. The sun is always shining, even on the cloudiest days. It's behind the clouds. And to recognize that perpetual shine that's shining down on you will help create a glow for you to go and move forward and grow within any circumstances. It's not going to be easy. You must continually redirect your attention to what is going right in your life. Because if you're focused on what's going wrong, or you're circling back to the past, you're not giving yourself the freedom to move forward freely and explore what's coming up for you in the future. So my greatest advice for that would be present moment mindset. And I talk a lot about it in the book, staying in the moment and being engaged in the moment. When we're distracted, by the past or the future, we are not able to step forward in the moment that we're in at that time.
How did you transform this into a business?
So I completed a life coaching program, and I started my own business, JoyINC, and I was determined to help others direct their path towards a more joyful future, a journey with joy, if you will. And so I set up my business, and then I started networking, and most of it online. And, I had some connections with other people on Instagram, and I was asked, I had the honor of being asked to write a piece last year in the published book Unsurmountable. So that further ignited the flame for me to continue to work on my own book. It gave me the confidence. I was also featured in an online magazine called Positivity, and she had a podcast and she interviewed me way back when. So I was able to, network a little bit more and spread my word of joy to help empower others to stand up and feel like they have a strength moving forward in life. I really believe that we all deserve to feel supported, and when we don't, sometimes we have to cheer ourselves on, be our own cheerleader, and find ways. I know you're saying, well, how do I do that? Well, you redirect your attention. You surround yourself with people who are positive. You find inspiration from within nature by going out simply for a few minutes to enjoy, take a deep breath, admire all the beauty around you. That's a joyful moment. That's an escape from all the worries and the things that are manifesting in your head. It's distracting you from those so you can focus in and have more clarity moving forward when you're making decisions on your life.
Now let's put man aside, because you have not been working for a long time and all of a sudden you started your business. How did you know you were successful?
I didn't take time to think about I had a passion, and I think when we're passionate and our passion is in line with our purpose, we can do great things. So I have the confidence. I wake up and reframe my thoughts each morning with positive mantras, with meditation, streamlining my energy towards what I want to see manifest in my life. And I think that's where I feel unstoppable. And I want everyone else to feel unstoppable. I want them to feel that claim success as their story. And then when we're hit with failures, to understand it's not fatal, that we have the opportunity to move forward. If we wake up again the next day, we most definitely are here. We have a purpose, and we need to discover what our passions are by following our heart, by moving towards things that make us happy. It could be subtle signs. Just make sure you keep moving forward and don't stay stuck.
What have you learned from business as a whole?
Business, that you got to keep going. Exactly what I just said is that when you are hit with obstacles and challenges that come up, which is so prevalent for small business owners, you've got to reboot and re-energize yourself. And that begins with, again, the cheerleading yourself on, setting small achievable goals, resourcing other people, looking to other companies that are successful, the success you want, and, reaching out to them on LinkedIn or another network to find out how they accomplished what they did. Most people are more than willing to give you a few minutes or answer questions for you. So don't be shy. You need to network and get out there and stay confident. Don't let little setbacks stop you. You need to keep going.
What is one comment meant as a negative dig that you took as a positive?
I had a friend a while back talk about, you just need to give me a chance to be a little negative about this situation. Why do you have to stick? And I took that as a compliment. I didn't take it as something that was bad. I own and honor who I am. And when you're authentic and you move forward in line with your values, you're much stronger. So if you could remember that, to adhere to who you are, not let other people change or manipulate you, especially social media. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who are lifting, that you're learning from, that add value to your life. So that was one of the things that, definitely. I figure optimism is more closely related to realism. You're giving it, a realist gives it both, areas to look at. They look at the, what could go wrong, what could go right, where a pessimist is just focused in on the doom and gloom and not looking at any opportunity towards a solution, only the problem. So I'm happy to be optimistic. I think it lifts others too.
If you could rerun the first year of your business, what would you definitely know to do?
I definitely would open up to more pipelines of social media. I think it's been an amazing journey for me to be online with a growing Instagram account, which I love, spreading that word of joy and encouragement, hearing back from people. So I definitely would have, explored different platforms, and that's what I'm doing now. That's my next goal, is to get on some different platforms and diversify my outreach to people, because I really want people to feel empowered. I really want them to understand that they have joyful moments to strengthen them and that they deserve greatness in their life.
What is the most valuable thing you have ever given away?
I believe it's love and encouragement. I've got 3 kids, and the love I give out to them, the encouragement, it comes back to me 10 million folds over. I just love to see the light in their eyes as they're growing and learning. And I think love is the greatest gift we can give anyone, even if it's just empathy and kindness and not judging others. So I definitely think we should all be leading forward with love. That's my greatest gift to give.
What is one thing that has contributed to your success?
I think we go back to the optimism. Staying optimistic and not giving up has been a pillar of strength in my business, and believing in myself, because it's so easy to say I can't do this. It's so easy to say, why am I doing this? This is, there's no point. I have no because it's, starting, as anybody knows who started a small business or ventured out on anything that they're trying to work towards goals. Consistency is key, and that's not just a cliche. It's to keep going and stay consistent. And sometimes it's hard, it's challenging. I'm definitely not dismissing the fact that, challenges come up. Obviously, I've been through a lot during the healing process of my husband's traumatic brain injury. And now with a small business, it's, life's not perfect. And we just need to keep going and recognize the wins and reward ourselves with those with pride.
What is one thing no one knows about you?
I'm a birder. One of my moments of joy is looking out at my bird feeders. I know so much about birds and different types of birds and their migration patterns. And so I guess that would be one thing that not a lot of people know about me, that I'm passionate about conservation. And one of the ways I do that is by creating a wildlife habitat out for the animals in our community. And it's such a joy. It's a way that I can escape for a moment and have one of those me moments, my energy moments I spoke about earlier. And it's just something that I enjoy doing.
What is the most important question to ask someone who's bought from you?
Yeah, we usually start with some vision type stuff, which is, creating, because we're usually working towards goals and dreams and success. So it would be, I would always ask them to start with, envisioning what their end goal is. What is their biggest dream? And to articulate every little bit of it, because I believe you need a vision first. And when you have that vision, to move back towards the goals that you need to put in place to add that vision and that dream to your reality. So definitely that's one of the exercises that I do with my clients in coaching, and I think it gives them a lot of motivation to work towards when they can really articulate everything that they want moving forward.
What advice would you tell your 20-year-old self that you've learned over the years?
Just to stay patient. Patient pursuit is something I talk about in my book, and just to reflect on a situation. If circumstances out of your control pops up, you gain more control by just having a patient pursuit, moving forward, doing what you can do. I used to react quickly to things and get heated and upset when I was younger. So I've learned over the years that the best way to handle things is to, just have a pursuit. You're moving forward, but you've got that strength of patience. And patience is such a skill. It's a learned skill that you need to have in any type of success, in the workplace, at home. And I think it's a superpower to maintain that patience. And look at us after this long bout with COVID, which still hasn't ended. We continue with patience, knowing that we will get through this and that we can only do one thing in the present moment, and we don't need to be fretting about it. It's unknown, good or bad. It's coming forward, but if we channel our energy to be positive and be optimistic in that patient pursuit, we're much better off.
Let's talk about your business. Tell us more about it.
Initially, I started with one-on-one coaching, and I would have a client on a Zoom call, or sometimes it would be in person if we were in close proximity. It would be a 45-minute to an hour session. And we, as a life coach, you look at one particular, so I'd say, what goal would you like? And then we talk about why it's important, what steps they believe need to be implemented to move forward, and then we create some goals. And the energy in a coaching session, before I go in, I center myself into the energy of that person. I'm not going in with any of my own bias or opinion. And a good coach will ask permission to share a story that relates to the situation, to strengthen them. But really, all the energy in a life coaching session is about the person. Even if you have a set goal and that changes, I'm not going to hold you accountable to that, because it's flowing forward in your best direction. I'm going to steer you with the kind of questions I ask you. I'm going to help lift away your limiting beliefs and assumptions about a situation that's left you stuck, and we move forward one goal at a time.
Where can we find your program, and who can join this?
Anyone looking to create momentum in their lives. I have a Dreams by Design coaching strategy. I have basic coaching when you just have goals. I coach everybody and anybody, people in business, people not in business. I've had artists that have just felt stuck in their situation, who we've able to channel their energy in a different direction, and they pivoted towards success. There's anybody. I don't think there's anyone who couldn't use a little coaching and motivation. And that's if they help cheer you on. And in turn, you learn how to cheer yourself on and make the forward so you can see the success you deserve in life. I've got a website, JoyINC.ca. It's under construction right now for my book coming out in the new year. And then I'm on JoyINC1 on Instagram and Twitter. And as I said, that's one of my personal goals, is to expand my platforms out, spread the word of joy.
Thank you. There will be more from Kerry in a moment. If you are listening to this on a podcasting platform and you're encouraged by Kerry's journey, please go to our website at onlinesuccessjourney.com. The site has tons of audio clips from hundreds of successful entrepreneurs' guests' journey, all there to help you find a path for your own online success journey. The site offers exclusive members-only content, and you can join absolutely free and be part of this amazing online success community today. Check it out. That's onlinesuccessjourney.com. Now, Kelly, I would love for you to share more with my audience if you're up for it.
Sure.
Do you like to watch movies or read books?
I love both. I love watching movies with my family, and I love reading books. Right now, rereading Maya Angelou, her first book. And I love before bed getting all snuggly and reading a book until I fall asleep. It's a joyful moment for me to have that.
Tell us, what is your favorite book that has some relevance to being an entrepreneur?
One of my favorite books that I've read lately, rereading Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and it inspires me each time I read it because it's so real, and she keeps such a good energy throughout her childhood, which has obviously boosted her throughout her life to be the remarkable person she was. So I just find her writing style and her energy authentic and lifting, and I feel the love. And you know, she had optimism despite her challenges growing up, and so that's what I'm reading right now. And I read a lot of books that are just lifting. If someone recommends a lifting book, I will definitely put it on my list to read.
If your business was down to its last $100, how would you invest it?
I would probably invest it in advertising, trying to perpetuate more business. I would, I think that's, to reinvest in next steps to get more coaching clients if that's why I don't have any money. I would, definitely reinvest to get my name out there and do as best I could.
If you are going to keep a note to yourself in your handbag every day, what would be written on it?
It would be, joy is the light of love. That's one of my favorite quotes by one of my favorite people, me. That self-love, and I feel like that was the spark and energy of what got me started in the first place. And when I was able to articulate that, I felt a tremendous feeling of peace and love, because I believe the joy is the light of love. And once you send out love out into the world, a beam of joy comes back at you and perpetuates that feeling of peace and harmony. It gives you faith, and you move forward more enlightened, understanding that life isn't a struggle, that there is energy that you can create through that power of joy to lift you and feel loved.
What is your next chapter?
My next chapter, hopefully doing a lot of promotion for the book. I really think it's important that people read this. They can connect with the simple ideas, tips, and tools in the book. So I'm hoping that I'll have a lot of success in the new year when the book comes out and promoting. I want to get into some workshops, online workshops that people can do, they can access in their own time, and again, to strengthen their power of joy, strengthen moving forward in their lives, give them some areas in their life that they can look forward to, rebooting themselves. So that's something that's coming up for me in the future. And I'm always writing, so you never know, if this book's as successful as I hope it is and it reaches the people it needs to be. More encouragement to come, definitely.
Do you feel like you succeeded or like you are only on the way?
I think every day I wake up, I'm succeeding at life. I don't think it's about a final destination. I believe every step has purpose. I think the process is so important, if not the most important. And if we can adhere to keeping ourselves motivated, we will see that end success as well. We will see those dreams come true. We will see ourselves achieving all that we ever dreamed about. But we definitely need to recognize that each day is a gift and each day is important. And we live every day, not just for those special occasions or when we reach that final big goal. So I try to celebrate each day.
Will you ever stop?
Would I ever stop? Well, one day, that final chapter of life, we all stop. But, I think on some level, I'll always be there. I've got a big family, So if I'm not motivating people out in the world, I'm going to be motivating my family, my nieces and my nephews and cousins and everyone in my family, because I think it's important. I see the value in lifting others. Giving is the gift, and I get so much joy from helping others discover their own joy. It's a win-win.
Remind us how we can connect with you.
Instagram, I'm on there, JoyINC 1, and I've got a YouTube channel which we'll be adding videos to soon, and Twitter again, JoyINC 1. I'm on Facebook under the same name, so you can connect me on any of those social medias.
Kelley, it's been great to have you to share your online success journey with us.
I appreciate and I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Remember, success is a journey. Don't wait. Let's start the journey. Patience and Kelley.
This is not the end of the journey. We hope you've enjoyed listening to Patience and her guest and want you to know there are hundreds of episodes available at onlinesuccessjourney.com. Patience would like to thank you for listening to the podcast, and she has a free gift for you on her website, including an audio compilation of her guests' best tips, uplifting stories, and even a bit of fun. Additionally, there are special clips of over 250 episodes that have never aired on the podcast, and they're only available to members of the Online Success Journey. Check the website and click on Join Now to get free and instant access. Of course, you know that listening to the journeys of others helps each of us chart our own path. So make sure you're subscribed on your favorite platform to be notified as each new interview is posted. There are so many ways to stay connected to the Online Success Journey and listen in. And if you're enjoying the podcast, we appreciate your help in telling others. One of the best ways to share the benefit you get is to rate and review the podcast at iTunes and other sites. We appreciate your help and your willingness to share your journey. One last thing. If you're feeling a bit lost or overwhelmed on your own journey, Patience can help. Check out her course on clarity while you're at the website. Finding clarity is a great way to get back on the right path. On behalf of Patience, and until next time, thanks once more for listening. It is our hope that this podcast will guide you on your own online success journey.